today we are going to talk about one of the very important topic of your UPSC Zoology optional paper 2, that is an oxygen dissociation curve. Okay. So first of all, where it is, like of course it is in your paper 2. So before starting, so the topic is of today's oxygen dissociation curve. So first of all, where we are talking about? So actually we are talking about that hemoglobin. Okay. So in the hemoglobin, of course, here in the blood. Okay. So in the blood is your, what is the major function of the blood? To transport the gaseous exchange. Major function of the blood is the gaseous exchange, that is your CO2 and O2. Okay. So when we talk about the gaseous exchange, majorly we talk about the two gases, that is your oxygen and CO2. Okay. So blood carry two gases, that is your O2 and CO2. Fine. So today we are going to talk about the oxygen dissociation curve. So before start the oxygen dissociation curve, first we know about little how the oxygen is associating with the hemoglobins, right? So for the associating of the hemoglobin, first we need to know little bit about the structure of the hemoglobin. Structure of the hemoglobin. So here we are not going to talk specifically about the structure of the globin. We are simply just trying to relate that in the structure of the hemoglobin where the oxygen is binding. Okay. So if we know about little bit about the hemoglobin is your protein, right? So if we talk about the protein is made up of different. Of course, this is your stable protein. This is a quaternary structure. So the quaternary. So when we talk about the protein, so after the translation process, what the forms is a simple primary amino acid, like the 1 degree structure. Then we talk about the 2 degree structure of the protein, that is your alpha sheet and beta plated sheet, alpha helix and the beta plated sheet. Then we talk about the tertiary structure. Then we talk about the quaternary structure. So hemoglobin is a protein having quaternary structure, okay, made up of 2 alpha and 2 beta chains, made up of 2 alpha and 2 beta chain. So, and basic thing is it contains the heme, which it's a conjugated allosteric protein, because these are the term important for the, when we talk about the oxygen association and dissociation. Okay, which contains heme group. It is your prosthetic group. Heme group is your prosthetic group of the protein. Okay. Why it is needed only? Why we are not talking about that much detail of the structure? Because today's topic, of course, the oxygen dissociation curve. So if we want to see the simple, the hemoglobin, so this is your one chain. Okay. This is your second chain. This is your third chain. Okay. This is your fourth chain. So what we have mentioned, 2 alpha and 2 beta chain. And this is a complete structure of the hemoglobin. So where the heme contains, there are the 4 heme molecules but the 4 globins. Okay. So where the heme contains, heme is actually existing here. Just like this is your heme. This is one heme. This is second heme. This is third heme. And this is your fourth heme. So what is these? These are your heme. Okay. And what are these? These are your 2 alpha and 2 beta chains. Okay. That are these. Okay. So one heme can bind with 4 molecule of oxygen. 4 molecule of oxygen. So what we can see here, so if one heme is binding with the 4 molecule of oxygen, so one hemoglobin will bind with the 4 to the 8, 12 and 16. So one hemoglobin molecule is binding with the 4 molecule of oxygen. That means it has a good capacity or the bad thing. So it will not, we are going to talk about not from this, okay. So one hemoglobin molecule bind with the 16 molecule of oxygen, okay. So when we talk about the molecular binding of the oxygen, so here the major function, so of course this binding will depend on so many other factors, okay. So this binding, when we talk about with the hemoglobin molecule, this will form the sigmoidal shape of curve, okay. So what it is here, the percentage here, the percentage of hemoglobin molecule saturation, and here the pressure of oxygen molecule. What does that mean? जैसे कि actually we will talk one by one, okay. So this is your, what it is your oxygen dissociation. Here actually we reached, dissociation curve, oxygen dissociation curve. That is your sigmoidal in shape. That is your sigmoidal or S-shaped. ये आपका ग्राफ है, ठीक है. As you see here, as the PO2 is increasing, as the molecular pressure, is increasing, the binding capacity is not increasing directly. It is not like that. Like as the PO2 is increasing, it is not direct relation, ठीक है. So the as PO2 is increasing, the percentage of the hemoglobin saturation increases. No, it is actually affinity. We will talk about the affinity, why it is making a sigmoidal shape, okay. So when we talk about the binding of oxygen here, there is a two state of hemoglobin binding affinity shows. Binding affinity, the one is T state, the second is R state. It can also be said as tensed state, and it is also so that relaxed state, okay? Relaxed state. So R state, as the molecules of oxygen start binding like this, as we have talked about, this is your T state and R state. This is a vacant molecule, So 1, 2, 3, 4. As a molecule in the presence of the high oxygen pressure, as the molecule of oxygen start binding, the R state shows the greater affinity. जैसे कि one molecule, then here the two molecule, that is your T state converting into that is your 2 molecule, okay. Then it shows the 3 molecule binding. We are talking about that 1 oxygen, okay. Then here we are talking about that 4 molecule. So as much as the molecule of oxygen molecular pressure increases, the R state affinity increases, okay. So here we talk about that saturation, okay. Here we talk about that percentage of hemoglobin saturation. Then what about the PO2? Okay, we got it this. What about the PO2? PO2, when we talk about, suppose that in your body, okay, in your body there are so many parts, okay. So when we talk about that, oxygen concentration is high in your lungs because you just inhaled, है ना. So lungs में आपकी कहाँ पे alveoli में, so alveoli में आपका oxygen concentration is very high, but at the tissue level, where through the various metabolic activities the CO2 is producing, okay. So यहाँ पे आपका, so oxygen is very high, है ना, oxygen is very high because we are inhaling, so PCO2 is very high. But here through the various metabolic activities, the carbon dioxide is producing. So the blood vessels binding in the alveoli, in the lungs region with a very high affinity because of that very high, okay sir. So because of that very high concentration or very high molecular pressure of the oxygen, but in the CO2, in the case of the CO2, tissues, here the PCO2 is very high. Okay, why it become, okay, so now we get it, these 3 point, the percentage hemoglobin saturation, that is we talk about the T state and the R state, and now we talk about the PO2. That means at the various organ of your body, the oxygen pressure concentration is different. So that when the blood vessels, of course, these all transportation occur with the help of that blood. So when the blood vessels reach to the lungs, or the better say the alveoli, so it shows a very very high affinity with the oxygen concentration. But that as we जैसे कि वहाँ पे what happens, the blood vessels just enrich, or we can say after reaching that deoxygenated blood in the heart, so to become purified or become to oxygenated, the blood vessels goes to the lungs, right? So in that lungs there is a, जैसे कि this is your lung, this is your alveoli, ठीक है, this is your peritoneum, this is the outer lung wall, और यहाँ पे आपकी क्या है, what it is here, यहाँ पे आपकी there is a blood vessels, okay. So from the यहाँ पे blood vessels, what is happening, the oxygen is moving from the alveoli to the blood vessels, and CO2 is moving from the blood vessels to the alveoli, because here the concentration of oxygen is very high, so that the molecular pressure of oxygen is so high. Okay, so now we talk about the oxygen is binding in what state, okay, how the oxygen is binding. So for that, one hemoglobin is binding with that 4 molecular of oxygen, okay, got it. So it shows like that. It is also shows through the Hill equation, okay. Hill equation is one of that equation which actually describe the binding affinity or the binding of oxygen molecule to the hemoglobin, okay. So here, this is your Hill equation, got it. That's how the binding occurs. So actually oxygen is not dissoluble. Whatever we are talking is, it may not in a series, but we are actually explaining the every single concept of the oxygen dissociation or oxygen association with the hemoglobin, okay. So of course, first we talked about that hemoglobin and all. Now we're talking about that oxygen in what, in like if we talk about the blood, okay. So if we talk about the blood, so blood has a major 2 things. The one is the plasma. The second one is the blood cells. The second one is the blood cells. So we started with the hemoglobin, but actually not the 100% of oxygen is binded with the hemoglobin or the blood cell. What is hemoglobin? Hemoglobin present in your erythrocyte or the RBCs. So that means we have simply talked about that RBCs. But before that, we need to know little bit about, okay, the oxygen is not plasma. What is the major constituent of the plasma? The major constituent of the plasma is simple, like 80% around the water. But oxygen is not dissoluble in the water. Still around 2 to 3%, of the oxygen binds with the plasma. Okay. Then 97 to 98% is bind with that hemoglobin. Okay. So when you're talking about the oxygen dissociation curve, you have to know not the complete but 2-3% of oxygen also binding in the plasma. Now we're talking about that factors. What are the factors which are impacting? What are the factors impacting oxygen dissociation or oxygen dissociation curve? So majorly here are the factors. सबसे पहले क्या होगा? Of course, when we talk about that binding of oxygen in the tissues and in the alveoli, so what is the difference here? That why the oxygen is dissociation at the tissues while the association occurs at the alveoli? Because of that PO2. So first is a PO2, है ना? And second thing, if we talk about that PO2, the second thing we need to talk about that PCO2, because the concentration of oxygen is different in the different parts of the body. Now the things are H plus ion concentration, which is measured in the pH. So we can say also the pH. pH is one of the very important topic or the concept which actually came multiple times in your PYQs also. It is mentioned in your syllabus. एसिड बेस बैलेंस का एक टॉपिक है आपके सिलेबस में यूपीएससी जियोलॉजी ऑप्शनल पेपर 2 में. प्लीज सी दैट. ओके, that is also regulating the concentration or the binding capacity of the hemoglobin with the oxygen. Okay, the fourth one is temperature. The fifth one is concentration of concentration of 2,3 BPG. BPG. It is one of the inhibitor. It is one of that inhibitor. That is biphosphoglycerate. Biphosphoglycerate. Okay. These are the major four factors. As we know about that PO2 or PO2, it is if it is high, then oxygen binding capacity will be high. Okay, wait a minute. Binding. We talk like that also. Increases oxygen binding affinity. Binding affinity increases, right? Increases. PuCO2 if increases, what will happen? The oxygen binding affinity decreases. Okay. So here something is very important. H plus ion concentration. So when we talk about the pH, I hope most of you guys must know about the pH values. So this is your pH scale. Here we talk about that 7, that is neutral. As we move from 7 to 1, it is your acidity. What it is it is your acidic concentration. When we talk about the 7 to 40, this is your alkalinity or the basicity. Okay. So when we talk about what is acidic, the H plus ion concentration. So if H plus ion concentration is increasing, that means pH is decreasing, right? First of all, we need to understand this concept. So that if I am saying that you have said the pH and H plus. So if I am saying that H plus ion concentration is increasing, that means pH is decreasing, right? So here, if we talk about the pH and concentration, or better say, pH, H plus ion concentration or the pH. So better say one by one. Okay, 6th number pe we can talk about that. So if the H plus ion concentration increases, that means pH is decreases. That means oxygen binding capacity also decreases. ठीक है, इसको करेक्ट करके हम pH भी लिखेंगे. So if pH is decreases, so that means pH decrease हो रहा है. That means acidity increase हो रही है. That means acidity increases. And if the acidity increases, that means H plus ion concentration increases. That means oxygen binding capacity or the affinity decreases. Okay? Just remember that. Temperature is also one of that. If the temperature is increasing, the oxygen affinity binding decreasing. In सबकी examples है, don't worry about that. Okay? The concentration of 2,3 ppg, this is one of your potential inhibitor. So what is the basic quality of inhibitor? As we have already talked about the types of inhibitor, reversible and irreversible, right? So when the 2,3 ppg, this is your potential inhibitor. So if it is increases, the affinity decreases. Okay, so the affinity decreases. These are the major 5 factors. Okay, so if we want to see in the graph, how the graph will shift, gonna be shift. We need to do a little bit here. Just wait. It can be the better, right? This is a sigmoidal. Okay. So actually, when we talk about the oxygen dissociation curve, or if this question will come into your UPSC PYQs, so here actually what I have explained is based on this different whatever we have mentioned, what is needed to know to understand that concept. We have discussed all of this concept. We have discussed the basic hemoglobin structure, where is the heme present, where is alpha or the beta chain. Then in one heme there are 4 molecule of oxygen is binding. So one hemoglobin is binding with the 16 molecules. We have simply talked about that. The hemoglobin concentration, T state, R state, then the PuCO2. Of course, this is much more elaborated. I'm not saying this is everything I have explained. But what you need to know exactly about the oxygen dissociation curve. So this is your shifting of right. So here if you are moving, it is your right. Okay. So if any one of the factor like that, Okay, and this is shifting of right. Okay, this is your shifting of left. This is your shifting of right. Okay, so what it shows, simply if you want to say that when the graph is shifting to the right, that means the oxygen affinity binding with that hemoglobin is decreasing. Okay, so as we say in that oxygen dissociation curve, there are various factors. Okay, so there are so many factors like PuO2, PCO2 and everything. So in that graph, as we talk about here, the shifting of right, that means oxygen capacity decreases. So suppose that if we take any of that, if the PCO2 increases, the oxygen binding affinity with the hemoglobin decreases. So here we are saying that PCO2 is high. Here we are saying that PO2 is high. Okay, so this is something what, as we have already talked about that factor. The similar thing is occurs with the fetal hemoglobin also. है ना? So when we talk about that fetus, the embryo की oxygen capacity is very high. So when we talk about that in that similar oxygen dissociation curve, so it is shifting to the left. Okay, fetal का जो hemoglobin होता है, it has more affinity with the binding of oxygen. Okay, so here we talk about that oxygen is binding majorly with your blood cells, that is in the form of the oxyhemoglobin, and 2 to 3% binding with the plasma. As oxygen is binding with that hemoglobin, so it depends on the major 5 factors, that is PO2, PCO2, temperature, 2,3 BPG, and the H plus ion concentration. According to these factors, the dissociation curve shifts to the right or to the left. And this equation, that is binding of hemoglobin with the binding of oxygen with the hemoglobin, is explained by that equation. That is much, I think, sufficient for the simple understanding of that. Of course, there is much more talk about. Here we can talk about so many examples and everything. Of course, right? So when we talk about something, if you guys want to know that, please let me know. Thank you.